Hello everybody. I thought I'd give you a taste of why Python is so useful and where it is used in the big wide world. Yeah, I'm just showing you a demo of Oracle Cloud. If you're not familiar with the cloud, then this is OCI. So it's Oracle's version of Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure. Oracle most famous for databases, but now they've got a cloud offering. This is OCI, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. I've just done a little tutorial where I've set up a virtual cloud network and I've attached a compute instance with an Apache server. Yeah, what I've now got is the Oracle Cloud Shell. I've got about 12 minutes left running on this demo, so I just thought I'd just show you. Yeah, I just thought I'd show you what's going on here. Hopefully this text is big enough. I'll read it out as well. So Luna_user, this is sort of a test account that they've provided, and I'm logged into Oracle has things called regions, and for instance in the UK the regions are either London or Newport in Wales. If you're in America, then this is US Ashburn. So right, Python. And one of the things I want to show you is if you're on a web server that's allegedly running Python, or if you don't specify it, you do still need to pretty much specify Python 3 wherever you go. In fact, what I might do is I'm just going to have a look and see if I can, I know this probably won't persist, but let's just have a look at the bashrc file. And it's empty, so I'd have to do obviously if you spell it correctly, bashrc. Oh, there we go. So yeah, then you could put an alias in there. Wow, that's all there is. Yeah, you could put an alias in there, and then you could just call Python, because who wants to run Python 2 anymore? Not me. So yeah, Python 3. There we go. So it's running. It's running Red Hat. So this is basically a console to a Linux OS, which is running Python 3.68, and we are able to, if you study the Oracle documentation, there's very powerful API which gives you access to all of the features. So you can access the storage, the database, the networking. For those of you who don't know, Oracle actually own MySQL as well. So what you've got is you've got different, I forget what they call them, but different compartments. You've got storage, database, network, compute, and yeah, so if we exit this, exit, I wonder if we can actually write a script. Let's just do I'm just going to see if I can do a hello world script. If I can type it properly. There's a bit of lag on this actually. It's a VM, so I don't think they've allocated much resource to it. Hello world. And there we go. So I'm running a Python script on a Linux shell on Oracle Cloud. So just to really Linux, Vim, Bash, it's everywhere, and it's so powerful because if I just show you, I think I've still got it here. Maybe have I got it here? No, it wasn't that one. And I think I've even closed it now, so that was a bit of a blunder. But yeah, let's see if we can just quickly bring it up for you. Oracle Cloud or Raspberry Pi, it makes not much difference. You've underneath it all, you've still got Python. So Oracle OCI Python Python API. So hopefully what this will show you is that by learning Python, it's not all about just doing, you know, little scripts that move files around or whatever. It's SDK for Python, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure documentation, API reference. So much of the stuff that you would have to, sorry, let me just, resource station, MySQL monitoring, load balancer. So if we look at, let's just take load balancer for instance. API reference. Any examples? Exception handling, new regions. Okay, yeah, so here we go. From OCI.config. So I think you can install that with pip. Obviously, Oracle own and promote Java, so you may end up finding you coming across a lot of Java stuff. But yeah, there we go. There's some config to some code to validate a config. Import OCI. So Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, Python SDK 2.4.1. Are you a developer using OCI? If so, please fill out our survey, blah, blah, blah. Basically what this does is it allows you to do much of the stuff that you would have to do through lots of clicking through various different windows, buttons, and I noticed from even doing the FIPS, that's some sort of compliance stuff. Quick start. Let's have a look at a quick start. From OCI identity import identity client. Okay, so yeah, there we see a basic create group details. Listing with pagination. Deleting entities. Working with bytes. The Python SDK uses lowercase with underscores for operations and parameters. For example, the list API keys operation is called with identity client list underscore API underscore keys. All fairly good. Known issues. Okay, we don't want to we don't want to go there, but yeah, I just thought I'd really just do this little brief video just to basically show you how Python is used in the real world, and if you have Python skills, you can turn your skills to anything. And if you end up working in a data center, if Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, wherever, everything you learn is, where's my screensaver gone? Everything you learn with Python is kind of transferable. So if you understand JSON, dictionaries, lists, whatever, object-oriented programming with Python, you can turn your hand to pretty much anything. And whatever web scraping is unofficial, it's underpaid, and it's a grey area. APIs, fantastic. They're fully supported, they're fully encouraged, fully endorsed. Python SDK will always be available for them, documentation. So yeah, I strongly encourage you all to, if you're young and you're kind of thinking, oh, I like web scraping, it sounds really glamorous and it's like hacking. Hacking is, I think I read once, it's 99% perspiration, 1% inspiration. So it's just hard work and you're permanently banging your head against a brick wall. And yeah, pen test, ethical hacking and all that's fine, and that's good, and that's, again, that's a good use of Python. But really, if you want to get into using Python constructively and you're prepared to do some you're prepared to work in the world of business, but really, I mean, there's plenty of jobs out there which are remote. If you could stay at home, if you've got Linux skills, Python skills, you might have to answer the phone once a day. But the beauty of it is automation, Python scripts, and before you know it, you'll be able to do things which other people have been manually doing with all these mouse click screens. And the other great thing is I shouldn't be telling you this really, but you could volunteer for some overtime. You say, oh yeah, I'll do that. And sometimes you have to do stuff through you get what's called a change window. You could have to do something at midnight on a Saturday night, and you could pretend that it's, I shouldn't say this, but yeah, it might take 2 or 3 hours clicking all these buttons and waiting for stuff. But if you can script it, or you just click the button and then next thing you know, it's Sunday morning, 10 a.m. and you've just you've worked all night and you fixed something. No, that's a slight exaggeration, really. But really, yeah, Python SDK, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, and I'm sure there's probably something available for Amazon as well. Let's have a look at Amazon SDK, AWS for Python, and I'm just kind of saying this really just in case you're thinking of going down kind of the unofficial hacking web scraping route and you've still got some appetite for the big world of business. Pip install Boto 3. Get started quickly using Amazon with Boto 3, the AWS SDK for Python. Boto 3 makes it easy to integrate your Python application, library, or scripts with AWS services, including Amazon S3, Amazon EC2, Amazon DynamoDB, and more. API reference. So it's all here, and yeah, you can just get on with stuff and do stuff rather than kind of hacking. API gateway management, get connection, generate connection. So what's not to like? I was trying to keep talking because I was in my mind, I thought this video was going to run until my session timed out on Oracle, but that's not of any importance now because I accidentally closed it. But yeah, if you want to do that Oracle thing, then yeah, you just get a free lab and off you go. You can get a virtual desktop, which will then allow you to connect to an instance or create an instance. Yeah, connects you to the dashboard, and then once you're on the dashboard, then you can do what I did there, which was go into Python, and then you could, rather than spend an hour following their tutorial, you've got an hour to mess about and try and script stuff with Python. Obviously, I think copy and paste was not great on there, so yeah, don't assume that you can save all your work. But yeah, you've got an hour and you can have a good play. So yeah, good luck.